Oh man, this looks so good. When you see something like this, you know your dinner's gonna be like a 10 out of 10. This is Long Beach. It is the second most populous city in Los Angeles County, a coastal city and port in Southern California that's known for its waterfront attractions, diverse culture, and even its vibrant food scene. If you're thinking of visiting Long Beach for the first time and are looking for some fun things to do, you might be asking, where should I start? Hey there, it's Steve from Rockstar Eater, and in today's video, I'm going to be taking you on my epic 72-hour journey into Long Beach, California. In this full documentary, I'll show you the best of everything, what to eat, where to stay, and more in the ultimate Long Beach food and travel adventure on YouTube. And if you're new to this channel, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. More of these awesome food and travel videos coming your way. Great, now it's time for me to head on over to Long Beach. It took about 55 minutes of driving to get to Long Beach, and thankfully, I did not need to get on an airplane to get to my destination. Yes, look at all this behind me, isn't it so beautiful? This is the Naples Canal. It is one of the big attractions in Long Beach. So the story behind this is that it's a neighborhood that's built on 3 separate islands on the Alamitos Bay. And these islands are divided by canals, which you can walk along. You can even take a boat ride if you want to drift on the water. It's just a very peaceful place to be. I am really liking it, and it's my first time here. Okay, I discover new things all the time around LA County. I am liking this. It is so serene and so quiet. You can hear nothing but the wind. That's pretty awesome. And I see a lot of nice homes on both sides of this canal. I mean, can you imagine waking up to this site? You can just walk out to the canal, have a nice peaceful walk, perhaps take one of these boat rides. I wouldn't mind living in a neighborhood like this if I had the money. And I heard that during Christmas time, it is really festive here because they have all the lights so that when you come out at nighttime, then you can just walk about and just see all of the show that's along this canal. Oh, this is pretty cool. There's actually a park on site called the Colonnade Park. I wouldn't say it's really big, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? A lot of families come here, hang out at times. They even have people walking their dogs here. And not too far from the Colonnade Park, you're going to find this central area, this cul-de-sac, where you're going to find a fountain where a lot of people like to hang out. The fountain is not going. I'm not sure if it's like that all the time, but just letting you know, if you're looking for another hangout option right here at the canals, then this is it right here. And when you walk along the section south of the Naples Canal, you're going to see a big body of water along with bigger boats and much bigger homes right on the other side. Wow, this is pretty fun. There's actually a lot more to see here than I thought. Okay, I'm beginning to see the layout of this whole place. So it's about a half circle, and like I said, these islands are divided by these bridges, so you would need to cross over various bridges to get to different sections. And I do want to tell you that you cannot fish off of these bridges, nor can you dive off of these bridges, just walking. A little bit off of downtown Long Beach, but I think it's worth the drive to come check this out, especially if you're into this kind of a scenery. All right then, it is about lunchtime, so I'm going to be heading off to the restaurant right now. When you're in Long Beach or any beach cities within Southern California, you got to check out some seafood, especially if you have a waterfront view, right? I'm here at Berth 55 Fish Market. It's very easy to miss the seafood market because it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere in the port of Long Beach. But you shouldn't, because I heard this is one of the best seafood markets you're gonna find in LA County. They got the lobster, they got the crab, the shrimp plate. Oh yeah, the full-on oceanfront experience. Okay, not the biggest seafood market I've seen in LA County, but it is pretty popular with the locals. And I heard they've been here for a very long time, and I didn't even know about it until recently. Since it's a fish market, a lot of the customers would buy the fish to go to prepare at home. But you can order the food and they'll make it here, and you can either take it to go or enjoy it at one of the blue tables outside with the waterfront view. Menu is up against the wall, and this is today's special. So you can get taco plate, look at that catfish, jumbo shrimp and scallop, Even deep fried oyster plate, that's pretty rockin'. And this is their all-day menu. Today's special plates, you see you can get like a lobster and barbecue shrimp combo, halibut and barbecue shrimp, salmon and barbecue shrimp, grilled shrimp plate, even shrimp fajitas. And then down here we got teriyaki chicken and barbecue shrimp, tilapia and barbecue shrimp, mojarra frita, one of my favorites. All right. And dinner served with choice of steamed rice, fries, or coleslaw. And if you're thinking of getting the clam chowder, I think you should, because a lot of people get it here. Look, they even have chili burger. Okay. And they even have this campechana shrimp, cocktail ceviche, different sizes, as well as the tuna poke served on steamed rice. And there is a store right next to the seafood market. This is called the Long Beach Sport Fishing equipment. They also have t-shirt merchandise. They have ice cream in the back. And believe it or not, you can actually rent a party boat, and you can do it for like all day if you want to. I don't know how much it costs, so I would recommend calling the store or maybe message them on Instagram to find out. This property is even bigger than I thought, because right next to the seafood market, there's this big restaurant bar where you can actually bring your food in and order some cocktails, some drinks from the bar, and just enjoy. I heard that in the future this is going to turn into an even bigger seating area, so this is something to watch out for eventually. They are grilling the bread for the clam chowder. Yep, the bread is going to be nice and crispy, and they're going to pour it in there in just a bit. So after you order your food, they're going to make it back here behind the counter, and they do have live seafood in the tank, the lobster as well as the crab. So yeah, it's always very exciting to watch them make all of this stuff. While it's still hot, maybe I'm going to go ahead and sample this. Nothing like having a good, creamy clam chowder in a seafood market like this. Okay, I am very excited for trying the rest of this later on. You know, this actually kind of reminds me of the San Pedro fish market. Maybe like a smaller version. But the good news is that the line is not quite as long, so you don't have to come here and worry about waiting for 30 minutes or an hour just to order your food. Yeah, you can get to the counter pretty quickly, and next thing you know, you're gonna be eating in like 5 minutes. This seafood market is in the port of Long Beach, so you're gonna get a view of the boats as well as the docks. It's not gonna be right by the Pacific Ocean, but hey, some waterfront view is better than nothing, right? Starting off with this beautiful thing, which is the sourdough clam chowder. You can get the clam chowder by itself, but I really think you should put it in the bread as a bread bowl to get the full experience. That's right. So you can even pick up this bread bowl. Isn't that so cool? Yep, I'm gonna enjoy this clam chowder. I had a sample of this earlier in the kitchen, and I can say again, it is so good. It's like a very classic clam chowder flavor that has the potatoes in there that are very soft. We got the bits of bacon that adds a little bit of that savory crunch. You can even take the lid of this bread and dip it into the clam chowder. Wow, that is like the most amazing thing I've ever tasted. Just mind-blowing. I didn't expect that this was gonna taste so good. You know, this is probably one of the best clam chowder bowls that I've had. I would order it just for the fact that it has this lid on top that you can just use and dip it inside. But keep in mind that you have this whole thing so that you can just use this whole bread bowl as a dip. And here's my beautiful seafood tray. Usually they would sell it by the individual plates, but you can request for the tray, especially if you are eating with family or with a group. So on here I got their barbecue shrimp as well as their scallop, and you see there are assorted vegetables that have been grilled with it. And then we got the red snapper, which looks so awesome. I got the garlic bread on the side. We got some coleslaw right there along with lemon, and we got the cocktail sauce. We got some butter right there. And this one I am super excited about, the Pacific lobster. And I heard it's really good. I mean, it's really fresh. It came straight out of the tank, so it should be really good, right? So if you get every single item that I got on this tray, it's about $125 before taxes. And that's actually pretty reasonable compared to some other seafood markets I've been to, like Quality Seafood and San Pedro Fish Market. But people have been telling me the food here is just as good, if not better. That shrimp is so big and it's so crunchy. And I really do like that Cajun seasoning. It makes for such a good seasoning on top of seafood like this. I mean, how could you really go wrong with Cajun seasoning? That thing makes like any seafood taste good. It's like if you don't know what else to sprinkle on it, then just put the Cajun seasoning, right? Extremely flavorful, moist, and very tender. I think even without the lemon juice, it tastes great, but do sprinkle it on because I feel that once you add that acidity, it really makes seafood dishes like the fish really pop. And you see, I have some veggies on my seafood plate, keeping it healthy. Very fresh, crunchy, and the mayo isn't even that thick and strong. And it's pretty sweet too. Yeah, it's a very nice, refreshing tasting coleslaw. I don't know if you guys are into it, but I think you should get it. Yeah, I'm not like the biggest fan of coleslaw in general, but it is pretty nice tasting, I'll tell you that. All right, and underneath my garlic bread, I see the scallop. Yes, one of my favorites. Oh man, that scallop is cooked perfectly. Yeah, that chef, he's pretty spot on. It's so tender inside, and that thing like almost melts in your mouth. Yeah, get it. Like the tenderness of it, the freshness of it, along with the spice on it. Perfect. I always like potatoes, so it's almost kind of like French fries that's cooked in. That right there is my perfect veggie combination. We got the softness of the potatoes as well as that really beautifully cooked sweet taste of the bell peppers. I mean, anytime you grill veggies like this, how could it not be good, right? And people have been telling me cannot miss out on the garlic bread. So I'm going to try this before I get out of here. I love garlic bread. That thing is so crispy and you can taste the garlic butter on top, which is awesome. I feel that this seafood tray would be missing something if it didn't have this garlic bread on it. This is like totally the seafood market experience in Southern California. That is a thing of beauty. Okay, let me see if I can rip it out of the tail. That thing is super fresh. You can tell when you bite it, it really tastes like the seafood that came out of a lobster tank. Because I've tried it, of course, in Chinese seafood restaurants like Newport Seafood and Boston Lobster. So you can just tell, like when it was alive just a few minutes ago. Same thing with this one. And don't forget to dip it into that butter because that's like the American seafood experience, right? Lemon juice and the butter, and it's like perfect. I mean, you also have the Cajun seasoning on it as well, so this is really flavored up to the max. This is so awesome. And since I'm already here, why not try one of their crabs, right? The Dungeness crab, and this one has also been steamed, so it's still nice and hot. Comes with a side of butter, and then you got your lemon, and then you even have these to crack it and to pick the meat out. Yep, you're all set. So what customers like to do is to pour the lemon juice along with some Tabasco sauce in here so that they can really maximize this flavor. Oh, it's pretty good. I don't know if you guys like to eat the inside of the crab. Some people do and some people don't, you know, like in the head part. But I do. I mean, if you're paying for it, might as well just get your money's worth, right? Not my favorite part of eating the crabs, but I gotta do it to get the meat out, right? Really nothing better than some fresh Dungeness crab in some butter. Man, Dungeness crab is so good. Like you can really taste the difference between Dungeness crab and let's say like snow crab legs, like the ones you find in buffets. I think Dungeness crab is really the way to go. If you cannot afford an Alaskan king crab, Dungeness crab is probably going to be your second best bet. Your hands are going to get messy because obviously you're going to have to do some work to break this thing, but I guess that's the fun of eating seafood at a seafood market. right by the ocean, whether it's here or whether it's at Redondo Beach. It's like really the LA experience. And this one is pretty unique. This is their smoked salmon, and you'll notice how dark it is because it is brined with teriyaki sauce for a few days before it is smoked. I have never seen anything like this before. Okay, I'm definitely trying this before I get out of here. And we got some tartar sauce along with cocktail sauce and some lemons. That thing tastes exactly the way it sounds. Of course, you taste the salmon inside, but then on top, you taste the teriyaki flavor that kind of has like a smoky, briny flavor. All right, well, if you guys are interested in trying a salmon a different way, then they got it there. So just look out for it and get it, because this is really like one of the most unique salmons you're gonna taste in your whole life. So the cooking style, I would say, you know, it's kind of along the lines of San Pedro Fish Market, but I think it's actually a little bit better. Not just in terms of the taste, but also the value, because they don't charge quite as much here. So you're going to not spend as much, which is always a good thing, right? Really a great place to have seafood with a waterfront view. I'm gonna be finishing up the rest of my seafood the best that I can, and then time to check into my hotel. So this is the hotel that I'm gonna be staying at, called Inn at 50. If you're looking to stay in downtown Long Beach and are on a budget, then this might really be your best bet. And there's a reason why this hotel has gotten a lot of good reviews online. Free parking, really nice rooms, good amenities, perfect for a traveler like me. In fact, let me show you how this whole facility looks like. To your left, this is where you check in, right over there, and check this out, free coffee for the guests. That's always good, right? And all of this is free parking, so if you are a guest here, you don't have to pay for parking, which is a good thing, right? And this is my room. Let's go in. So I'm gonna give you the tour of my 1 queen bed room. That is the bed right there, obviously. And in this direction, we have the TV, as well as a coffee maker. Down here is the microwave. And then over here, little refrigerator. Oh yeah, that's always a good thing. Got to put your leftover food in there, right? And then over here, like I said, that's the bed right there. The closet, yes, with your safe deposit box, along with your iron and ironing board, clothes hangers. And then to the right, you enter into the bathroom. That's the sink, along with the soap bars. And then in this direction, that is the shower, along with the soap, shampoo, everything. And I believe this is the window. Let me see. Okay. Yep, that's the window right there. And we got towels along with a trash can, a blow dryer, and look, even a tissue dispenser up against the wall. See, that's the chair right next to the door, and the window where you can look out into the parking lot. And also to the left of the bed, you got your phone, along with your alarm clock, pen, paper, and then down here, oh, we got a Bible right there. 100% smoke free. They got air conditioning, free parking outside. And the cool thing about this specific hotel is that it is situated to just about everything in downtown, like the beach along with all the attractions there, the convention center. So everything's going to be in the video description if you want to book your reservation and enjoy your time here. I have arrived to Little Cambodia, and one of the cuisines that you absolutely must try when you are in Long Beach is Cambodian food. There's not really that much of it in the city of Los Angeles, which is why I'm excited to try this restaurant called Monorom. And this is my first time trying Cambodian food ever, so I'm always going to remember this day. So why not go with one of the highest rated restaurants in Long Beach, right? It's a very small, cozy, family-owned restaurant, which has been around since 2010, so running for about 16 years now. And the cool thing about this restaurant is that they open at 9 a.m., so you can come in here to get your breakfast. They have a lunch menu, they have an all-day a la carte menu, a lot of Cambodian dishes, and even some Vietnamese dishes as well. Appetizers, which are very characteristic of Asian restaurants. You'll see them in just about every restaurant. And their lunch menu, like I said, very popular here. And they also got some pan-fried noodles if you guys are liking your noodles. And I see that there is some Chinese, Thai, and like I said, Vietnamese influences in Cambodian cuisine. as well as noodles and rice dishes. You see the porridge, as well as the beef stew noodle, duck noodle, even like boat noodle, curry noodle, various a la carte items. And quite frankly, I don't know what a lot of these dishes are because I'm not familiar with Cambodian cuisine. But I did hear that some of these are very popular, like the Khmer barbecue pork, which I think I'm gonna get. And if you like hot pots, they got a few choices. Okay, we got some soup items on the menu. Do you guys like hot pot? And then we got the Khmer favorites, a lot more seafood dishes back here. And let's see, number 81 is a very legit Cambodian dish, so I think I'm gonna try this steak dish. And the good news is that there's a lot of free parking out there, both in the parking lot as well as on the streets and in the neighborhoods close by, so you are good with that. And even if you don't come during lunchtime, it gets pretty busy here, even at 5:30. So I can tell this is a popular restaurant. Looks like I came to the right spot so I can get my first good impression of Cambodian food, right? This is the first one that came out, the Khmer barbecue pork, which I heard is a classic Cambodian dish. So that's the grilled pork itself, and it is over rice. The pork has been grilled. I like the color of it. And it comes with a side of the signature house fish sauce, as well as some pickles, and we got some tomatoes and cucumbers right there. Okay, good first bite. That pork is crispy, it's savory, and it's also kind of sweet. You know, it reminds me of that grilled pork dish that you'd find in Vietnamese restaurants. This one, you know, it's kind of different because you have that fish sauce that you dip it in so that it gives it more of that fish sauce and a little spicy flavor, which I think is good. So you cannot complain that this pork dish has no flavor because it is like flavored up to the max. It is so good. And I'm so happy it comes with this white rice, like a lot of it in the bottom. Yeah, this dish in itself, I could come just for this. It would be like a really good standalone pork dish meal. Yeah, it does actually remind me of Vietnamese cuisine, but you know, kind of like in a different way. I'm liking it. Okay, really awesome. And it's so cool that it comes with the soup on the side. Kind of like when you get Hainanese chicken in a Thai restaurant. Oh, man, that is so soothing. Yeah, it tastes almost exactly like that clear broth soup that you get with the chicken over rice in Thai restaurants. Just like it, which is so awesome. That's why I'm gonna take it and just drink the whole thing down. Okay, now all the more reason to get the Khmer barbecue pork because you get the greatness of this, and plus you get this to wash it down along with the piece of bone right here. How awesome is that, right? And if you're planning to get a drink, they do have this interesting one called the egg soda. It tastes just like an egg drink. You know that flavor when you eat, for example, egg tarts in a Chinese dim sum restaurant? You know, like that egg custard in the center? Just like that. So it is kind of creamy and it is sweet and it's carbonated. So it's a carbonated egg flavored soda. Is this something you would like to try? You see that fire? It's pretty much lighting up the lemongrass soup hot pot. Oh yeah. So it's sweet and sour soup that is perfectly complemented by the Kriong, which is a Cambodian distinctive lemongrass flavor. Saffron, watercress, garlic, kaffir lime leaves, tamarind, jalapeno, and holy basil. With the lemongrass soup, you do have to kind of be careful because it's very hot, so just warning you, but it does look so good though. This tastes exactly the way it sounds on the menu. Lemongrass, sour, like garlicky, jalapeno, just a little spicy. There's like so many things going on in your mouth at the same time. You know what it kind of reminds me of is that, you know, in the Thai restaurant, the tom yum soup, almost exactly like that. But appearance-wise, it's a little different because this is darker and it's leafier, obviously. But taste-wise, man, it fires on all cylinders. Okay, I'm liking this Cambodian food so far. What have I been missing out on this whole time? And this one is the beef skewers, which come in lunch portions too. But since it's dinner time, I got to get the a la carte 5 pieces. So it's grilled marinated beef skewers with kriung, which is pretty much like a lemongrass sauce. Cambodian distinctive and complex spice blend paste. These barbecue skewers really look like it could be street food somewhere in Cambodia. This is like some of the best Asian barbecue skewers I've had in any Asian restaurant. It is so good. The meat itself is very tender and is also kind of crispy around. And the sauce over it, it's a little bit sweet, so it's almost like a sweet barbecue sauce. You have to get these beef skewers. It is a must. It is an absolute must. See, here's another one of those things that for sure I could come back just to eat these. And if you guys like fish, you got to get this one, the fried fish with tamarind sauce. It's so huge. Look at this thing. So that is the whole fried tilapia, and it's served with lettuce, bean sprout, cucumber, herbs, and we even got some noodles right there, and we got this tamarind dipping sauce infused with shallots. So they give you these other things for a reason. That's why you have to get your lettuce, put the noodles, the veggies inside, put the fish inside, and then dip it into the tamarind sauce like a generous amount, and then you put it in your mouth, one shot. Somebody put this restaurant on the Michelin guide because everything is like firing on all cylinders. Even this fish, wow. I didn't think it could taste so amazing like that. Wrapping it into the leaf along with the veggies and putting it into this very unique tamarind sauce, which makes it sweet, very pungent. It's like a very sharp flavor that just hits your tongue. Seriously, if this is a taste of what food in Cambodia is like, it's like, please fly me out there so that I can do a food tour. I mean, this stuff is like really amazing. Okay, this one's quite a beast. This is called the steak Turk Prohok, a very authentic Cambodian dish. That's the steak right there. We got some assorted sliced vegetables, and that is the dipping sauce. And it looks like I'm gonna have fun with this. Everybody likes an epic steak dish, right? So I guess this is the one you gotta order if you really like steak. Wow, I have never had a sauce like that before. I mean, the steak itself, it's nothing groundbreaking, although it is cooked pretty good. It's cooked about medium. But the sauce, man, it has like a fish sauce flavor, kind of like that lemongrass. So it's like a little bit spicy, sour, and even just a bit sweet as well. I've never tasted anything like that before. Takes that very boring tasting cucumber and just flavors it up to the max. I admit the sauce itself, it's kind of funky in the beginning, but once you really get into it, you can see like how really flavorful it is. It's like deep flavorful. Yeah, here's another very unique dish at this restaurant. Wow, if more Cambodian restaurants tasted like this, then I really should be eating this food more often because I'm really enjoying it. If you are more towards the city of LA and you can't find it there, then it's definitely worth it to drive on over to Long Beach to try Monorom because this is really going to be a great first impression introduction into the world of Cambodian food. Okay, major delicious food coma. I guess I'll just finish here and then head back to my room and call it a night. Good morning. I got my coffee from the lobby, which is another one of the cool things about staying at Inn at 50. And like I said, it is walking distance to some of the major attractions in Long Beach, which is exactly what I'm gonna do right now. Yep, up and early, got a full day ahead. How exciting. When you walk on Shoreline going south, you're gonna get to Rainbow Lagoon Park, which is really nice. You see this very big lake, you see ducks swimming in there. There's the Long Beach Convention Center over there. So perhaps if you are in town for an event or something business related, you'll go there. But for all practical purposes, a lot of people go to that spot. It's almost about opening time, so I guess it's a good time to go in, right? So here it is, Shoreline Village, an open air shopping center with a lot of these colorful buildings, restaurants, gift shops, candy stores, you name it, all along this boardwalk. I'm not gonna go into every single store, but I'll just kind of give you a general layout of what you can expect here. And check this out, there's also this really awesome marina view right behind me. I mean, anytime you see something like this, even if you're not gonna spend any money, you just wanna go to that shopping center, right? Most of these stores open at about 10 a.m., but with the restaurants, it could be a little different. So let's check out what's open. There's this little path that has shops on both sides. Looks like mostly antiques and gifts and even some snacks and candy. pretty nice stuff. We got some sweaters, t-shirts, keychains, cups. There's a part of me that always wants to buy these things, but then at the same time I'm thinking, what am I exactly going to use it for? So I end up just looking at it and just moving on. But hey, if you guys want to buy it, then there's like plenty in stores like these. Oh, this store looks super cool. They have Turkish lamps. Let's check it out. This is such a magical store, I'm telling you. See, they got these imported Turkish lamps everywhere that really illuminates this whole environment. They even have these rugs, which are handmade. They got necklaces, they got pottery. Wow, they even have these drinks too, like the pomegranate tea, green apple tea, got Turkish coffee. Seriously, I could sit here like all day just looking at these lamps and just soaking in the environment. So yeah, if you are looking to decorate your home, especially with very unique looking lights, lamps, maybe even some rugs, then Istanbul looks like the place you gotta be. Alright, I'm digging this store. It looks like they got chocolates of all kinds, from candy apple chocolate to packaged chocolate, and then all of this chocolate on display right here. Kind of like See's candy. You know, it's been a while since I've been to a chocolate store like this. I think it's really fascinating. Oh, that's so cool. They got free samples too. This one is called the Pecan Bear. So it's supposed to be caramel with pecans in them, and this is dark chocolate. Man, what a way to sweeten up your morning. I love the chewiness of the caramel, and you can taste the nuts in there as well. Dark chocolate, super awesome. Okay, so if you're looking to get chocolates of all kinds, Rocky Mountain, this is the store you gotta be, in Shoreline Village. And headed back out. Yes, nice fresh breeze. This is a bar called Shenanigans, which is very busy at nighttime. Let's see what else we have out here. The Funnel House. Okay, funnel cakes, ice cream. Yeah, good for after lunch or dinner, right? Look at that, there's another ice cream store right there. Yeah, ice cream is pretty popular here. Marina Sailing Charters. This is one of the activities you can do. You can sign up for here at Shoreline Village, as well as wheel fun rentals. Yes, if you want to wheel around this area, you can rent one of these. How fun! In case you guys were wondering how much it costs, it's all over there. In terms of dining options, it looks like they have a little bit of everything here, like casual eats as well as fine dining options, which is Parker's Lighthouse. You can actually go to the top and eat at Parker's Steakhouse, which is one of the highest rated steakhouses in Long Beach. I'm not going to be going there during this trip, but just letting you know that if you're into steaks, here's one that you can consider. All the way down there is the Queen Mary ship, which is one of the biggest attractions in Long Beach. It's been converted into a hotel, so you can stay there, but you can also visit there if you want to see the different features of that ship. I'm not going to be staying at that ship during this trip or going there, but just letting you know, if you want to check it out, it's one of the big attractions. You see, there's actually quite a number of things you can do on Shoreline Village. You can shop, you can eat, you can do these mini cruises. So I would say that this area is kind of like the Long Beach equivalent of Seaport Village in San Diego. So if you're liking that kind of a structure and vibe, then you're really going to like this place. The great thing about Shoreline Drive is that all of this is walking distance. You can be at your first attraction, and then you can be moving on to your next attraction within 5 minutes walk. And it's a good thing that it's breezy like this, especially in the summertime when it can get really hot in LA. This really helps. So I guess this is the good thing about hanging out by the ocean, or perhaps living by the ocean. All right, so I've made it out to Aquarium of the Pacific. This is another one of the biggest attractions in Long Beach, especially if you are into marine life. I mean, even if you're not, come check it out because everybody comes here, especially with their families. They got over 100 exhibits, 19 major habitats. They even have gift stores. They got shows as well. Oh, this sounds so fun. I'm going in. I'm checking it out. If you are a member, it is free. Adult general admission is $44.95. And then if you're a child, it's $34.95, and they have a senior rate as well. Or you can do one of these admission combos if you want to add the harbor tour or the whale watch. You just have to pay a little bit more. And then they also have these membership rates as well. So I would suggest go online and look at the prices to see which one best fits you. I'm liking what I am seeing. The aquarium opens at 9 a.m. and it goes to about 6 p.m. And parking, it's $8 after validation at a parking lot nearby. This is the map of the whole facility, beginning with the first floor. This is where I'm at right now. Look, they even have a theater here. Okay, and then it goes all the way here, and that is the layout of the second floor. I wouldn't say it's like theme park size, but it is still quite sizable. You can do a lot of things here. Wow, there are a lot of kids here today. I'm assuming it's a school field trip. Otherwise, I don't know what they would be doing here. They have something called the Blue Well Cafe. If you want your drinks and snacks, you can buy it here, so you won't go starving when you are in this aquarium. Wow, this is pretty cool. It's like a glass display that's 2 stories high. Do you see all the fish in there? Oh yeah. I'm liking this room. I see some fish in these large tanks. I even see sea lions in here. Wow, that's pretty cool. Alright, I guess you can actually watch them from outside. Yeah, there's a doorway. You can go outside. There's an outside section. For a second there, I thought everything was going to be indoors. Okay, I get some nice sunlight and breeze. So it's like a mini version of SeaWorld. So if you guys want to touch stingrays along with baby shark, this is the whole section to do it. You see, it's very interactive, not just looking, but you can actually touch stuff too. So the way you do this is that you touch with 2 fingers. Oh, I actually got it. Okay. Wow, kind of slimy. So you can even see the sharks swimming around, and these are the big ones. You don't want to touch these. Oh, I see a stingray down there too, really huge. This is a whole shark jaw, so you put your head through it so that you can take pictures. How fun, right? I guess this is the steelhead exhibit. Okay, fascinating. You know, I've actually had steelfish in a sushi restaurant before. It's actually quite tasty. All right, well, let's see what is in here. This is like a whole bird habitat. They're just flying around, hanging about, and you cannot touch them. Okay, enough birds for me. On to the next exhibit. There's an upstairs as well. Even more stuff to see. How exciting! It's like small penguins just standing about on the rocks over there. So this section has all of the starfish, sea urchin, even abalone. Use your fingers and you can poke down on the starfish. Let's see what's down here. Okay, this is where the sea lions are at.
Let's go ahead and start off with the big guy that's on beach. I know everyone's oohing and eyeing.
So right now I'm watching the sea lion show. They have these shows that run like every 2 hours, so you just have to kind of watch for the schedule. And then it's about 15 minutes.
Parker can get up to
so
800
definitely take advantage of it since you are paying to come to this aquarium, right? I am now back inside. I'm going to check out this section. There's more on the second floor inside. Wow, these are coral reefs. I see them along with the fish inside. Big glass display where you can see all the colorful fish swimming around. It's kind of like that aquarium I was at in Maui about 2 years ago. And this is the frog section. Okay, if you guys like frogs, they got it here too. Even little frogs that are black and olive green striped. Basically frogs from all parts of the world. I didn't know that frogs can look so diverse. This is very interesting to me, actually. Oh yeah, I would say that the second floor is really where all the action is at in the inside part of the aquarium. So if you're on a time constraint, just go immediately to the second floor and go outside. This aquarium even has these paid attractions too. For $9, you can do the Undersea Explorer. You put the goggles on, 4K virtual reality experience. Doesn't that sound pretty fun?
All the different animals that live there.
Okay, I made it for one of the show times at 12:45. I will sit down and just relax. A gift store right by the entrance. I always like looking at gift stores. Oh, what a cute stuffed penguin. This one is about $19. Not too bad. They got a little bit of everything here, like stuffed animals, keychains. I can tell this gift store is really geared towards families, especially if they have children. So if you're looking for a place to take your kids, then I guess this whole aquarium is it. Well, that's pretty much the aquarium. Yes, it's very interesting, especially if you are into marine life. And there's another attraction that's very walking distance, which is actually right across the street. So if you're into outdoor shopping of a different kind, then you gotta go here. Once I cross this bridge, I'm gonna get to the Pike Outlets. Yep, there is an outlet right next to the aquarium and very close to my hotel. So if you're into retail, shopping, dining, movie theater, even a Ferris wheel, then this is the place you gotta be. Kind of like what I've seen in a lot of outlets. You got your Gap store, you got H&M, I even see a Nike across the street. So this is the shopping center you have to come to if you're more into commercial, well-known retail stores. Shoreline Village has more of that marina type of feel to it, a lot of independently owned businesses. So you just kind of take your pick, or why not just go to both of them? I even see the Long Beach Convention Center right across the street. I'm telling you, this is all walking distance. This is so fun. Cold Stone Ice Cream, Sunglasses Hut, Starbucks. Yeah, a lot of very recognizable retail and food stores. Oh, look at that. Even a Paris Baguette. I heard it's a new addition to this property. I mean, not the best restaurants you're gonna find in town. So I would say come here more for shopping for casual clothing, like at Nike and Gap, and hopefully you're gonna find a really nice deal. If you're looking for something else that's pretty cool to see, especially if you are near the aquarium, walking distance is Lion's Lighthouse. There's really nothing much to do up here, but it's pretty cool because you have a very nice 360 view of Long Beach, like the water as well as the city. In fact, let me show you. Point of reference, that is the lighthouse itself. To the left, that is the aquarium, which I was just at a moment ago. And then all that is downtown. And when you turn to the right, you see that's more of downtown along with the harbor. And then that is Shoreline Village, which I was at this morning, along with more of the yachts, the boats, and that's the Queen Mary all the way down there. All right, that's enough sightseeing for today. I am gonna rest a little bit and then I am off to dinner. I drove about 4 miles north on Atlantic Avenue, and it just shows how big Long Beach is. You can really be driving from one part of Long Beach all the way to the other to get to your next great restaurant. But in this case, I think it's gonna be worth it because I heard a lot of great things about Sushi Nikkei. Now, this isn't any ordinary sushi restaurant. This is a Peruvian style sushi restaurant. This restaurant is so good that apparently it's been nominated on Michelin Guide 2 years in a row. Okay, I'm very curious to try this food now, so I'm gonna go in and check it out. Let's see what we got. Nikkei appetizers. Oh man, it's like I just want to get everything. Tuna taco, shrimp taco, hamachi tostada, which is popular here. See classic Japanese like shishito, seaweed salad, tiradito plates. Now that is Peruvian. See, Peruvian ceviche, yellowtail, bluefin tuna, shiso, octopus fire. This is popular here. All right, I recognize a lot of the sushi and sashimi from Japanese restaurants, but once again, this is Japanese Peruvian fusion. Yeah, so that's why you got to get stuff from Sushi Nikkei style. Yep, they're house creations. And you got to get some of those sushi rolls, right? Look at that, along with the hand rolls down here. And you got kids bowl in this section, desserts, soft drinks, as well as the alcoholic beverages. You are good to go. And this is the promo pack that runs from Tuesday to Thursday, 5 to 6:30. Everybody likes deals, right? You see, you could get the 3 orders of these specialty rolls for that price. Or you can do pack number 2, 4 orders of specialty rolls for 60. Or pack 3, go all out with it. The food is gonna come out to my table in just a bit, but I decided to come up here to the bar just to kind of check out what's going on here, and it looks very exciting. You know, a lot of the traditional sushi cuts, as well as their house specialties, like the tuna taco. How exciting. Bluefin tuna, avocado, cucumber, Asian sauce, green onion, and sesame seeds. Also from the appetizer menus, the grilled scallops. Comes with 4 pieces and it looks so good. Hokkaido scallops, butter, quinoa pop, chili garlic, and lemon. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with these tacos, yes. I've only had 1 bite and I can already tell this restaurant is so good. I'm really liking the bluefin tuna inside. It really just melts in your mouth. It's so rich tasting and buttery, and you can taste that sesame flavor. Yeah, for sure, you gotta get this as appetizer. Like, no kidding, no joke. And I heard so many good things about this scallop. I'm so excited. That thing has tremendous flavor. It's so buttery, and I really love the quinoa pop. So it's fried quinoa. I don't think I've ever had quinoa like that before. Even if there are no scallops, you have the crunchy quinoa that has the butter sauce over it. It tastes so good. Yeah, don't waste anything on it. Just lick it all clean. And then from the tiradito plate section, which are the crudos, we got the tiradito Nikkei, which is striped bass, house-made ponzu, sesame oil, green onions, and those garlic chips. Wow, looks so good. That is pretty mind-blowing. And I'm not just talking about the tenderness of the fish, but the house-made ponzu sauce, along with the garlic chips on top, the sesame oil. Yeah, so we're seeing a brilliant use of Peruvian spices and sauces being mixed into Japanese cuisine. And from the special tasting, we got the Sushi Nikkei tasting, 4 kinds of Sushi Nikkei style. I am loving it. Beginning with the Parmesan scallops. So we got the Hokkaido scallops, Parmesan, butter, lemon. And that one is the Asian shiromi, which is striped bass, Asian sauce, quinoa pop, and lemon. And then right there, we got the tuna power, which is parrillera sauce, ají amarillo, and chalaquita, which is kind of like a pico de gallo. And then right there is the sweet salmon with the parrillera sauce, cream cheese, as well as the crispy salmon, or the salmon skin on top. And I like the fact that these cuts are pretty big, so they are very generous in the way they cut their nigiri sushi. I'm gonna start with the hottest one, which is the Parmesan scallop. That is like one of the tastiest scallop nigiris I've ever had. The scallop itself, it's really high quality, very tender, and what really makes it stand out is that Parmesan, that cheese taste on it, like the buttery taste. I don't think I've tasted anything like that before. I feel like now I just want to eat my scallops this way whenever I order scallop nigiri in a sushi restaurant. And this Asian shirumi looks so unique too. I had that striped bass earlier as part of my appetizer, but I don't mind eating it again. I love the taste of the fish, and I love the crunchy quinoa on top because it's been deep fried. Once again, so unique. You're not gonna find quinoa like that in so many restaurants out there. And this is the tuna one. All right, I'm loving that orange sauce on top. Yeah, that one is definitely infused with the Peruvian flavor. I'm talking about the ají amarillo sauce. I've had that in Peruvian restaurants before, but I never thought that I would have it on top of sushi like this. It's almost like the Peruvian version of sriracha. You know, I'm trying to make a close equivalent, but it does add a little bit of kick to it. Salmon, I'm always a big fan of. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it here too. Just blissful. That thing is so rich tasting. The salmon is very tender, and then we have the cheese in there as well, and the crispiness of the salmon skin on top. I don't think I've ever had salmon nigiri like that before. Yeah, I think this is really the way to go, especially if you want to sample their house special nigiris, then get this one. I'm going all out, trying the other special tasting, which is the bluefin tuna tasting, beginning with the kami, and then the chutoro, aburi, which means it's seared, and then the fattiest one, which is otoro. With the tuna one, you want to begin with the leanest, which is the akami. All right. Man, even that lean one tastes so good. It just melts in your mouth and is so clean tasting. They make really good sushi here, I'm telling you. Their fish quality here is pretty good. Yep, that one is definitely richer than the last one. Chutoro is like medium fatty tuna, so you're gonna taste the butteriness of it. It just melts in your mouth. Aburi sushi, it's been a while since I've had this one. Also very tender, you taste the smokiness from the layer on top. Good stuff. And this one I'm super excited to try, the finale. Yep, that is top of the line. I mean, how could you go wrong with otoro, like the fattiest tuna? Even the sushi restaurants that I've been to that were just kind of so-so, when you get the otoro, it's really like the best thing on the menu. Yeah, so if you're really into tuna, then you should get the sampler because it's gonna be like your dream plate right there. And of course, you gotta have your sushi rolls, right? Let's see how they make it Peruvian style. So here we got the dusty roll, which is crispy shrimp, avocado topped with octopus in their ninja sauce, okay, and Parmesan. And this one is called the ginza maki, which is blue crab, avocado, cucumber, topped with striped bass, Asian sauce, quinoa pop, chili garlic in soy paper. And this one is called the acebichado, which is crispy shrimp, avocado topped with tuna, acebichado sauce, togarashi, and green onion. Even though a lot of people eat their sushi rolls as like the main thing, to me it's kind of like a filler. That's why I decided to get it all the way at the end. But of course, I'm still gonna try it. That thing is like so cheesy. And I'm not talking about like cream cheese cheesy. Like you can really taste the sharpness of the Parmesan cheese. You see there's the fried shrimp right there. So it's not shrimp tempura, it's fried shrimp, like breaded, deep fried shrimp. And you also got the avocado, which makes it creamy. So overall, it's like a pretty savory, rich tasting, cheesy sushi roll. And I'm liking the name of this one, Ginza roll, yes. It's like very creamy in the inside with the blue crab as well as with the avocado. And then you got the fish outside, the striped bass, and the crunchiness of that quinoa pop. I'm telling you, that quinoa pop is really the best thing ever. Oh man, I'm gonna be looking out for the quinoa pop after this. It's so cool that all three of these rolls have their different personalities, colors, and looks. Out of all of them, that one is definitely the creamiest. The interesting thing about these rolls is that even though it kind of looks like it would come out of just your ordinary Japanese sushi restaurant, taste-wise, it's a little different. I mean, because of the quinoa pop and because of the use of the avocado and the fried shrimp in the center, Parmesan cheese, it's really its own thing. So yeah, if you're thinking of getting the rolls here, then I think you really should try it. I mean, I'm not the biggest roll fan. I'm more of a nigiri sashimi type of person, but I do think it's fascinating and worth trying. Yeah, when you come here, get the tuna tacos, get the tiradito, get the chef's special tasting, whether it's the Nikkei or the tuna plates, because it's good. Like, this is really one of the most unique and best tasting sushi restaurants that I've been to. And it's just too bad that it's not close to where I live. Otherwise, I'd be coming here like every other week. It's my last day in Long Beach, and for sure, I'm gonna visit the beach at least one time before I get out of here, even if it's at 9 a.m. Oh, it's pretty nice, very breezy. It's supposed to be hot for the rest of this day, so this is actually the perfect time to visit this beach now. It goes for about a mile that direction, and if you keep going and going and going, eventually you'll get to Seal Beach, Huntington Beach, Newport Beach, Laguna Beach. See, that's Southern California for you. I think it's gonna be a while until I see this Long Beach shoreline again. So I'm just gonna enjoy it, soak it in for a few minutes, and then I'm headed off to brunch. The Attic on Broadway. This is a highly rated American restaurant that's really known for its brunch menu, their happy hour, as well as their dinner menu. This restaurant has even been featured on Michelin Guide. When you hear something like that, it's like, yep, I'm gonna be eating here for brunch. And this whole facility is so interesting because this used to be a house a long time ago. And since then, it's been converted into a restaurant with the indoor seating, outdoor seating, a bar. Let's see what's on the brunch menu, beginning with the homemade daily breads. Very popular here. Starters, let's see, the mac and Cheetos. This is like the most iconic dish here. So yeah, if you like the mac and cheese with the Cheetos toppings, then you should get this one. Breakfast items, okay. This is a show stealer from what I heard, the breakfast rice in a stone bowl. Biscuits and gravy also very popular along with the Benedict. Breakfast burrito, French toast, breakfast sando. And if you're more in a lunch mood, you can do chicken and waffles, shrimp and grits. You see, that's the Southern style right there. Oh, gumbo. Okay, I feel like I'm in New Orleans. Even got the cheeseburger, fried chicken sandwich, lobster roll. That is pretty fancy. And on the other side are the drinks. So if you have to have your drinks for breakfast, then you can certainly do it. The Bloody Mary selections, as well as the cocktails. We got draft beer. And by the way, this is Carmen. She's the head chef. Oh yeah, yep. Overseeing all of these magical dishes back here. All the bread here is really fresh. They get it from a sister bakery called Nona Mercado, which is on the other side of Long Beach. So yeah, you're gonna be getting a lot of fresh bread, pastas, very high quality stuff. I mean, for a restaurant that's been on Michelin Guide multiple years in a row, it makes sense, right? I mean, everything here looks great. The breakfast items, the lunch items, it's like very chef driven. So what is this one?
This is our breakfast rice in a stone bowl. It's definitely our most popular menu item. Get a hefty spoonful of garlic butter, spread it around there. House-made sweet soy sauce, and the rice on the bottom is crisping up so that as you scoop into it, you get some crunchy bits, some soft bits. Rice mix, it's going to be a combination of bacon, caramelized onions, and sausage. On top of that, we go nice helping of cilantro, some sliced scallions, and it's topped with a sunny egg.
It's kind of like a bibimbap, right?
Yeah, it definitely takes inspiration from that for sure. And we just kind of put a southern twist on it to make it our own. That's kind of what the restaurant's about.
Even though they do have a parking lot in the back, it's kind of small and it gets filled up pretty quickly, especially during lunchtime, dinner time. That's just how popular this place is. But a lot of people seem to think it's worth it to come here because the food does look pretty amazing. Biscuits. I am so excited to try this. I really am. This is the thing that I was most looking forward to coming here. So that's the biscuit itself. We got the strawberry jam. And this one is the sorghum butter, which you use along with the jam onto the biscuit. And look at this biscuit. Oh man, don't you just love the sight of that? I am seriously enjoying that. You know, the only time I really ever eat biscuits is when I go to KFC. I get it as part of the chicken meal. That's why whenever I go to restaurants like this that can make it super good, I get very excited. It's moist inside and it's kind of crunchy outside, and the jam makes it nice and fruity along with the butter. It's like really a classic spread. Yeah, I think you should get it. If you really like biscuits, then it's like the first thing you should get at this restaurant. This one is really one of the most show-stealing breakfast dishes on the menu. Breakfast rice in a stone bowl. So we got bacon, andouille sausage, the sunny side up eggs, cilantro, a lot of soy sauce, Benny seeds, butter. Oh, that sounds so good. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what this thing is going to taste like. That is a really amazing bite. It's going to be kind of controversial to say, but I actually like this better than the classic bibimbap. Like, everything about it is so good. The taste of the rice, the crispiness, the sweet soy sauce flavor, the eggs, the bacon, the sausage. This is like your perfect sizzling pot breakfast Asian fusion dish you can find in one of these types of restaurants. I bet this in itself earned it the Michelin nomination. The most viral, iconic starter on the menu, which is the mac and Cheetos. Have you ever seen a mac and cheese like this? Yeah, those are Cheetos on top, along with scallions. Wow. Certainly not your typical mac and cheese. This is like one of the best mac and cheeses I've had in a restaurant. Yeah, everything about it is perfect. The pasta itself is cooked al dente, and I rarely see that when I get mac and cheeses. And the cheese itself, it's really tasty. It's not your standard cheese that you find in a mac and cheese. It's really, it's thick, it's rich tasting, it's gooey, it coats the pasta perfectly, and it has really amazing flavor. And I can taste a little spiciness, which comes from the Cheetos, I would assume. Adds a really nice crunchiness as well. I'm not much of a mac and cheese type of person, which is why I don't get it all the time when I go to one of these kind of restaurants. But now I see why a lot of people get it, because it's amazing. So it's not just the visual presentation, but taste-wise, it's like really some of the best mac and cheese I've had in a restaurant. Shrimp and grits, classic southern dish. Yep, very self-explanatory. So we got the shrimp in there, along with tassel ham, rosemary, and honey. That is so mind-blowing, and I haven't even tried the shrimp yet. The grits itself is so perfect. The texture of it is creamy, and I can even taste the tassel ham inside, like cubes of ham. Do you see it? Right over there. And did I mention that there is honey inside this as well? I don't know if I've ever had a shrimp and grits made that way before, but the sweetness of the honey, it does add a pleasant flavor overall to this whole dish. Yeah, I can tell. This is definitely a chef-driven restaurant, because it's not like your ordinary like diner, cafe type of food. Like, you can really tell a lot of thought has been put into these recipes with the sauces, the quality of the ingredients. This is seriously some of the best shrimp and grits I've had in a restaurant. If you guys like chicken and waffles, they got it here. Yep, that's the fried chicken on top, along with the house-made waffle, and that's the Tabasco honey. And that right there is the andouille sausage gravy, which you take and you can pour it over this. With chicken and waffles, it would be the honey, right? Or the syrup that goes over it. But it also has this as well, andouille sausage gravy that goes over it. So yeah, this is going to be one of the most interesting ways of trying the chicken and waffles. What can I say? It's a knockout dish. Everything about it. The taste of the waffles, which are so fresh, along with the fried chicken, crispy outside, moist inside, and the combination of the Tabasco honey, along with that sausage andouille gravy. It's like sweet, creamy, and savory. Another one of those dishes I don't eat that often, which is why I am super excited. Oh yeah. Now I see what all the rave is about. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back here one of these days for dinner. I would say that most of the tourist attractions are in the downtown Long Beach area, but if you come north, you can find a few things here and there, such as this one called the Earl Burns Miller Japanese Garden. That's right, it's a Japanese garden on the campus of Cal State Long Beach. And apparently this is one of the big attractions to see. Okay, so if you need a reason to come to Cal State Long Beach, then this is pretty much it. So there's no outside food or drinks permitted, and you do need to make reservations to get in here, like no questions asked. So you just go online, either through computer or phone, book the time, and then you're all good for 1 hour. And regarding the parking, it's right across the street at lot G4. So you can buy a permit for $6 up to 1 hour, which I think should be good enough. I mean, after all, they only give you 1 hour at the spot anyways. You see, you got the bridge, you got these flowers, these trees, you got fish, you got ducks, you got a little pond right here. What's there not to like, right? Okay, there's even this small little section with this sand design. One of the things you can do is feed the fish with fish food. Now this is something that you have to book as part of your reservation online. They don't charge you for it, so it's free, but you do have to book a reservation in order to do this. Otherwise, when you show up here and you're just looking for the food so that you can throw it to the fish, I don't think they're gonna have it for you. This garden facility is not as big as I thought. Once you come in and you make this counterclockwise, you're back at the entrance. I guess you don't need 1 hour at this place after all. So if you're really into these kind of gardens, then perhaps you might want to make the trip to Cal State Long Beach, pay the $6 parking, and come check it out. So you decide for yourself. I am now about to go into a gated community to check out one of the most hidden gem attractions you can find in Long Beach. Yeah, this one's going to be pretty cool because I don't think I've been to anything like it before, at least not in this kind of a setup. Once you get to the top of the hill, you'll get to Rancho Los Alamitos. This is a cultural site and a museum. 7.5 acres of buildings, gardens, gift shop, even animals. I heard there's quite a history to this facility, so if you are into Long Beach history and if you are looking for something to do for free with reservation, then you should come here. Very easy, you just come up here and you check in. And this is the grand big map of the facility. It's actually not as big as it looks, even though it looks like the size of a theme park. So right now I am right here, and I think the best way to do it is to go maybe clockwise. Yeah, all the farm animals are right there, and then the gardens are right there, and I'll get back to where I started, and that's the parking lot. A lot of these buildings have been kept intact since the 1920s, but I heard that the history of this place goes way back to like the Native American tribes. If you guys want to know more of the history behind it, you can always go to their website online. It will explain everything. But for this video, I'm going to keep it practical and just show you most of the sights and sounds. Oh yeah, this certainly looks like a ranch, and I don't see too many of these around Los Angeles County, so I am having a lot of fun looking at this. I heard it used to be a lot bigger before, but this is what remains, the 7.5 acres. Pretty much everybody here is a volunteer. If you guys want to volunteer at this nonprofit organization, just letting you know they're taking applications. You see, no joke, they have animals on site. Horse number 1 and horse number 2. What is this? Is this a donkey? Like a white colored donkey? And what do we have here? Chickens. Okay, I see them. This is amazing. Look at them, especially that big fat gray one right there in the center. What is in here? Nothing. Okay, but still, I like the structure. And we got the ducks in this section. I see you. What are you pecking at there? The pathway on the outside takes you to all the gardens. Yeah, so if you like ranch with a lot of botanical life, then you're gonna love this place. All right, going through like a little jungle. I see a lot of the cactus plants. Pretty fun. It's kind of like the Huntington Library Gardens, but a smaller version of it. You see various paths that you can go on. Oh, look at that bamboo tree. I've made my way back to the lobby, but I do have to check out the gift store before I leave, right? Oh, how cute. Look at that. Would you like to get one of these? It looks like we got some candles here as well. Okay, for $12. Assorted bracelets. We even got wallets. Wow, look at these keychains. I heard they're made by blacksmiths who come here and make these. Now that's not your typical gift store keychain. Even got balsamic vinegar, as well as some really nice olive oil selections. And even more to the right. Okay. Oh, check these out. This is so cool. What is that? A corgi? Definitely stop in here, take a look at everything they got, and get your souvenir. This is definitely the hidden gem attraction of Long Beach. You see, you would never know that this is up here, right, in this gated residential area. So yeah, I would recommend check it out. It's free. All you have to do is just reserve online. Parking is free. You get to see the gardens, all of these historical buildings that are over 100 years old. And you see these animals as well. I mean, you pay money to go to the zoo to see it, right? Look how up close you can get. This is so awesome. Like I said, the history of this whole place, you can just look it up online on their website. But even if you don't know any of the history of this place, it's actually very fun to come visit. Yeah, yep, you see? Very fun. It is about dinner time, so I'm gonna be ending off my Long Beach tour in a big way with this restaurant called Selva. This is a modern Colombian style restaurant that specializes in cocktails, tapas. It is a very popular night spot. In fact, they were nominated on LA Times 101 Best Restaurants 2 years in a row. I don't go to too many Colombian restaurants like this. In fact, I don't remember when was the last time I went to a Colombian restaurant, so I'm super excited to come here tonight. It kind of looks like a speakeasy and a diner at the same time. It's mostly a dinner spot beginning at 4 p.m. But if you come on Sundays, then you can come in for the brunch menu. Chicharron, very popular here. Smoked chicken wings, since it is smoked. That is something a lot of people get here. Okay, that sounds good. As well as the pulpo, which is the octopus, very popular. And sea scallops, I mean, who doesn't like scallops, right? I mean, all these items look so good. Like the ceviche is also popular, Peruvian scallop crudo. And if you want some carne, you see they got the smoked chicken, they got pork, even got some fish, more scallops. And then we got the arroz, frijoles, arepas, and ensalada. Oh yeah, Wednesday all day, Thursday through Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Look at these bites that you can get. Does this look interesting to you? Look, there's a burger right there. Okay, and you also got some sips, some wine, some beer. And they have this thing called Industry Night, which happens on Thursdays from 6 p.m. to close at the bar area. 15% off regular menu and 3 off specialty cocktails. Okay, we got more bites down here. Yep, good selections, as well as the sips, the drinks. Check this out. This is the smoker they got in the back. See, they smoked the sea salt, as well as the pork belly chicharron. Even more chicharron and those chicken wings. Oh man, this looks so good. Long, big binchotan charcoals. It is so hot. Yeah, so everything goes on it. The pork, the fish, their steaks. Yeah, so I would recommend order one of these as your main event. And they're frying up some plantain chips. Okay, it goes with the ceviche. All right, I get a sample right now. It's like perfectly crispy, very light, and not too salty either. Perfect. This is a real serious chef at work. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get some incredible food at this restaurant. I cannot wait. My first 2 items have come out. I'm so excited. The one to the left is the chicharron, which is one of the staples here. Everybody gets it. Smoked ranch belly, fried, then tossed with lime and ají merquén. And the one to the right is arepa. It's very popular in both Venezuela and Colombia. So in here we got the queso fresco, roasted corn, and smoked salt. These are the 3 sauces that come at every table. The one to the top left is the Fresno chimichurri, and to the right is the ají amarillo, which is like a yellow fermented tangy type of paste. And then the bottom one is the ají colombiana, which is their version of the chimichurri that has more of a citrusy flavor. I'm gonna try my arepa first, and it's been a while since I've had an arepa. I'm so excited. That is like one of the best arepas I've ever had. So the outside is very lightly crispy, and then inside you taste a whole bunch of masa. You know, so soft. And then I taste the bits of the corn inside. You guys see it? Yeah, it's a popular street food in Colombia. And why not get it here? This is like an elevated version. And I heard too many good things about the pork. Too many good things. That pork is pretty spot on. I mean, it's perfect. It's crunchy without being dry. I bet if you dip it in some of this green sauce, it will taste even better. Now it's kind of like a chimichurri flavor, kind of citrusy, along with the crunchy, savory taste of the pork. Wow, good combination. This thing is one of the most beautiful scallop presentations I've ever seen. So this is Peruvian scallop crudo. 3 raw scallops on the half shell, fermented ricotta and ají amarillo, ají juice, allium oil, and champagne espuma. And look at that, that's a piece of coal that's on the leaf for aesthetics. That is so awesome. I feel like this scallop dish in itself earned them the LA Times 101 Best Restaurants nomination. That scallop is really so tender it melts in your mouth, and I love the sauce that's on it. It's like kind of spicy, kind of tangy, kind of citrusy too, like all magical flavors. I'm telling you, this is like one of the best scallop appetizers I've ever had in a restaurant. Wow, this place is already blowing my mind. And look at this beautiful thing, the mushroom croquetas, fried Long Beach mushroom spheres topped with prosciutto and sitting on a jalapeno jam. Mushroom croquetas, you just take it and eat it in one bite. That thing is also mind-blowing. I've never had a croqueta that was so bite-sized like that. It's perfectly crispy all around, and then you have that mushroom filling along with a thin piece of prosciutto that kind of adds like a nuttiness, just a little saltiness to it. It's perfect. This is like finger-licking good. You can share this with some other people at your table, which is a good idea, especially when you come to a restaurant like this. You want to try a whole bunch of tapas, right? But hey, even if you order this all for yourself, I don't blame you. It's like really awesome stuff. And this is their very famous smoked chicken wings. If you like chicken wings, then I think you should get this one because this is also one of their standout items. So it's dry brined, smoked, and then fried. Some of the best chicken wings I've ever had in a restaurant. Everything about it is so perfect. The dry rub, the smokiness since it's been in the smoker, the crispiness as well as the moistness of it. And this sauce, oh man, this sauce makes it taste like so good too. Before I came here, I wasn't really thinking of getting it because I'm thinking chicken wings, isn't that kind of like an American thing? But I'm glad I did. I don't regret it because this is really some of the most outstanding wings I've had in any restaurant. Who would have thought it would have been right here in this Colombian restaurant, right? This one is the main attraction, which is the pork under the carne section. There's really a lot going on with this one. According to the menu, it's prepared with seasonal garnishes. I don't remember the name of all of these garnishes, like the sauces and all the peppers, but I know that it's very fancy. A lot of it is imported from South America, so that this is really like a very unique and epic dish. They even give you a steak knife, so you know this dish is going down. That is also a perfectly made pork chop dish. It's so thick, it's like eating a tomahawk steak. Very tender on the inside and very crispy on top, smoky as well. I feel like anytime they throw meat on top of charcoals, it's gonna make it 10 times better. I mean, look at the texture of it. It is incredible. And I would really recommend dip that pork chop into all of the oil and the spices and the sauces around because then it would make it more, how do I say, like saucier? Because by itself, it'll taste a little bit dry, but then once you put it with the sauces and everything, it's like super good. This is a seasonal menu item. I think it's only gonna be on for about 3 months. So if you are really into pork chop, especially something like this, then you should come here fairly quickly. So that's pretty much it with my 3-day tour of Long Beach. I hope this video helped you in being able to find really great restaurants as well as tourist attractions all around the city so that if you decide you want to come to Long Beach, then you'll know where to eat and where to go. My day could not have ended any better. Yes. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next food and travel adventure.